Hi, beautiful Cancer. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Cancer, this is your monthly reading for May of 2022. So we're going to start with 3 initial cards here and then just go deeper and deeper into the message and see what we can find for you for the month of May. So Cancer, what's going on? And there's a lot of eclipses right now. There's a lot of eclipses, but the eclipses that are coming up, we have one, I'm doing this, there's an eclipse in a couple of days, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling this one. I'm really feeling this one. So let's see how that sort of incorporates into the reading. Cancer, what's going on for the month of May? What do you want them to know, please? First one, Archangel Raphael, provider of healing for mind, body, and spirit. Although I don't think that spirit needs healing. Very much like Noah's Ark. Wow, face your fears. Release the power of fear. We have a lot of cycles there. Do you see that? So moon cycles. So that might be a thing there with the eclipses. And the third card out, please, for Cancer for the month of May. Sensuality, express your sensuality. And then the veil is being lifted. Coming into dreamland, I get a little bit of astral projection with this one. Very interesting energies here. So we're starting with this Archangel Raphael, provider of healing of mind, body, and spirit. And like I said, spirit doesn't need healing. Spirit is intact, spirit is whole. But your mind and your body might very well need some healing. I find that with these eclipses, they often do provide healing. Like they do provide situations that allows for you to go in to feel more whole or to sort of clean stuff up vibrationally or whatever. Like it gives you a chance. It doesn't feel like a chance sometimes, but it gives you an option to really become more whole within yourself. And there's a lot of, like we have the tree of life, like the tree is coming up inside of you there. I see you as this grand angel. And there's a lot of animals, and for me it's like, because they're coming in pairs, I just feel this Noah's Ark thing that it's changing times right now. There's something like, it's like something major is coming in, and we need to get this boat in order and get all the animals on there in order to sort of withstand this flood. And we have face your fears. So there's something, whether this is like on a really, really grand scale, that some shift, some earthly element is taking place. And even though it doesn't feel like it, is a provider for healing. Does that make sense? Like if you were to be like in a really toxic relationship, if you were to be in a situation where you don't have enough money, or you're in a health scare or something like that, you probably wouldn't say that is like a provider of healing, but it's a provider of a moment or a situation that leads to the healing. Sometimes it's like we need to just poke around a little bit, like to just get stuff up to the surface so that we can deal with it. Does that make sense? Because if you don't, and you still sort of don't really get what you want in life, it means it's really vibrantly active there. Nothing really good is coming out of it. Like you're not really going in the right direction that you want. Are you following me here? I'm trying to say there might be, I don't want to scare anyone, but there might be like a flood, and there might be like a big one, like an earthly one, or it might be like a flood in your life that causes to, just like the wind, when there's a storm or something, it sort of blows things over. It clears the air. When there's so much like humidity or so much like, or even dryness, like so much dryness out. And it just feels like it's almost a little bit tough to breathe. And then the rain comes in and afterwards like, oh, it's just such a healing moment. Are you with me in this? So there's something taking place here that's going to give you a chance to heal, to become whole, to clear things out that doesn't serve you. It feels like I want to sneeze. Let's see if that comes in here. And then we have, sorry. Thank you if someone said bless you. Then we have face your fears with all these cycles, these moon cycles coming in, and they're also sort of working in pairs. So I don't know, there's this 2 horses, 2 foxes, 2 squirrels, 2 rabbits, 2 whatever that is. Well, other animals. We have butterflies, but they are in, well, they're in 2s too. I was going to say there are 3, but they are actually, no, there are 5 on this. So it's but it's coming in pairs. There's something with coming in pairs. I don't really know what that is about. Are you working this out with someone else? Like, we're going to clarify this. We're going to clarify face your fears. Why is that here for Cancer, please? Ah, very similar. Look at the color scheme. Wow. Look at the color scheme there. It's so similar in the colors. So red and black. So the black for me represents spirit, represents your inner being, source. The red represents the foundation, the core, your fundamental core system, belief system, right? And they're coming out together in this face your fears. There's something here like you're practicing, you know, the base chakra is all about your where do you belong? Whether you feel like you really belong to this community, you have like a sure, it's a sure footing, like it's a sure place for you to be. You feel like you're included, or do you feel abandoned? Do you feel outside of the community? Do you feel like you're doing everything on your own? And together with the temptation card, which is often about sometimes like going for things too soon. Does that make sense? When you're headed somewhere, and perhaps you're trying to lay a new foundation for yourself here because of the colors and because how they came out, and it's around face your fears. Sometimes when you're asking for something, or sometimes if you feel like you're literally shifting your life right now, you're changing the core of something, a core belief, a core system, a foundation for it's like the fundamental core is about to shift for you, and you feel it and you know it, and you might even have asked for it, and you're going for something new, and you are looking for results too soon. Do you recognize that? Like, I don't like the word patience, or like that you're impatient, but this is a little bit like when you're trying to make, it's like you were supposed to make a house, and this house need a foundation, and you're sort of trying to just hurry it up so that we can get onto the sides. You don't really want to hurry up a foundation, because when the sides are done and we're getting a second store or storage, it's like second story. You don't want that to come crashing down because the foundation wasn't finished. So there's something about, okay, something is really moving ahead really strongly, really I didn't want to say forcefully. I don't know why I didn't want to say that. But like there's a big energy so coming in, and whether that is the shift that I'm talking about on this planet Earth, this big wave, flood, wind, whatever this is, or like if that is on a very personal level, like you feel this shift within you, feel this change within you. There's a big energy here forging ahead, like having so much momentum. And it's like you're just sort of closing your eyes a little bit. You don't want to see where it ends up. Like, are you going to crash? Are you going to succeed? Are you going to fail? This flood, what is that about? Like, how is that gonna affect me? Like, there's a lot of fears and insecurities around this. And when we're laying a new foundation like this, when it's this scale of a new foundation, like, instead of just being fearful of where we're gonna end up and wanting to end up in the finished product a little bit too soon, open your eyes and just follow the process of this, and just know that nothing can really go wrong. This is also like, if we take it down to a very third dimensional physical behavior, this is when you're trying to put aside your own insecurities or hide your thoughts around this, or just really try to not be all that you can be and very present in this situation by numbing yourself somehow, some way, like hiding out. That can be through alcohol, or like just way too much sugar, or recently it's just even a thing that we are a little bit addicted to just binge watch series on like Netflix or certain things. You feel if I'm not saying it's wrong to escape every once in a while, but this time around it really will serve you to keep your eyes open and follow the path that you basically. I'm getting this like it's almost like a core contract, like you decided something even before coming to this earth. Like, if I'm gonna go in there again, I want to be where the party is taking place. Like, I want to be there when the big shift takes place. I want to be there and understand my own creativity, understand my own power. And now you're here, and now we're coming into this period when more and more people are waking up, more and more people are becoming aware. And even though you said so, and even though you've asked for it on some level, are you with me? It's still quite daunting when you're asked, or you've asked for changing your whole core. And this might even be that you have lived like 10,000 years of the same core, and now we're coming into this shift. I don't think it's going to happen like in your lifetime, but it's definitely the beginning phase, and you're definitely one of the catalysts and one of the like first people to experience this grand shift, this core shift. And so it can be a little bit daunting, and I can understand the fear coming up around it. Like, what on earth literally is going on? Try not to hide out. Try not to hide in overeating, over analyzing, over gambling, over drinking. To hide out in things that numbs the emotional body to have like a real reaction. Try instead to just sit with the fear that you think is going to take place, and just sort of allow this power, this energy to just forge ahead. And you're going to be happy you did, because from what I'm seeing here in this next energy is that the veil is being lifted. The veil is being lifted, and this cup of like, you're coming into this place where your cup is overflowing, and you're coming from like a loving place, and you're coming from a harmonious place. You're reconnecting with the rainbow energy, like the bridge to your soul, and all these elements. Like, this is like so far out there for some probably, and for some really not. Like, reconnecting with sea creatures, land creatures, creatures we didn't even know existed, creatures that we thought was long forgotten. There's this coming together right now, and the veil is being lifted around you. You're going to come into this. We're starting with the big flood and the healing taking place, like the opportunity for healing, and completely changing the core, completely changing the course of humanity. I know this is big. if we take it down to just your life, this is you changing the core of your life, changing the course and maybe perhaps core of your life. And as you do, and as you're sort of sit with the fear and understand that most of the time it's just your mind playing tricks because you don't know what's coming, because it's so much of the unknown that is playing out right now because we haven't been here before. We haven't experienced this before. But as you do, the veil is being lifted and you recognize that. And the reconnection here is just really, really beautiful. You have closed eyes. You even have a blindfold on here, but we've taken the blindfold off, but you have closed eyes. So this might still take place like in dream state. Can we just clarify a little bit more around the sensuality? Wow. Ace of Gabriel. And change your life. Yep. Change your life, an Ace of Gabriel. So change your life there. Sudden shift and sudden changes, number 16. And completely having a different perspective on things. This is changing the course of your life, whether that is on a smaller scale, and the small scale can still feel grandiose to you because it's your entire life. But it can also be on a grander scale for the entire Mother Earth, because that's what's going on right now. You're changing your life, and it's going to be the sudden shift and sudden change. So I don't think it's not going to be an element of surprise. You're not going to be surprised that things are happening. And you even will feel, and you probably feel it in the core of your being because of you feel it. This is such core colors. You feel in the core of your being. You might even have asked for it, like even pre coming into this lifetime. And like I said, you were expecting it. But when this flood takes place, or when this flushing out, or changing in the wind, or like whatever is taking place here, it's still going to be like, you knew it was coming, you expected it, you even might have wanted it. So it's not a surprise, but it's still in a way, when it happens, it's still in a way unexpected. It's expected, but it's unexpected. How it comes about, what is taking place, how it played out, it's like you try to figure out how this could take place, what could happen on a grander scale and in the smaller scale in your own life, and even how much you try to figure it out. Like then when it started to happen, you couldn't have guessed it. And this is the Ace of Gabriel. So there's like, you're going from clarity to clarity, really. There's something like moving through these cycles of the eclipses, moon cycles. Do you see that there's a shooting star at the end of that? There's a shooting star there. There's a wish fulfillment at the end of these cycles, at the end of these moon shifts, eclipses. There's a wish fulfillment. There's the lifting of the veil, and here Cancer has come into full balance. Like the Ace of Gabriel is like the highest possible energy around a situation. And for me, when you're dressed in brown like this, the golden brown, it's like pure balance. This is the Empress to me. This is someone who knows what they want. They know who they are, and they really are going after what they want. It says a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration. The chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. So you're so aware of this shift. You might even, you might even pick up the fears of the earth. Okay, I should rephrase that. Sorry. You might even pick up the fears of the collective. I understand that that's a completely different thing. Mother Earth says fears, and the collective's fears is not the same. Although it might be Mother Earth's fears playing out in the collective. But like, we are, with our minds, like we're trying to rationalize things, and it doesn't work. We need to go down into the core again and just listen to what's going on. is this a cryptic message, or are you following what I'm saying here? Because like you're making some sort of shift here, Cancer. You're coming into your own. You're coming into your balance, your clarity. Ace is new beginning. Ace is new energy. Ace is like, it's a wondrous new time for you. I'm going to move this into the extension and see what this is about, like going deeper into this message. If you feel like you resonate with this message, maybe one person, you're so welcome to the extension. Read about the ways to get there in the description box. Like there's 2 links to that, and whatever feels better to you, pick that one. If not, thank you so much for watching, Cancer. I truly appreciate you coming here and listening to these videos. It really is gorgeous. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel and me. And give it a thumbs up if you like these messages. It's important for me to know that you resonate with what I'm putting out there. So thank you so much for watching, listening, and see some of you guys in the extension. Bye guys. Happy eclipses, or